Hello folks, welcome back to the another session of Spring web based MVC. In this session we are going to observe little enhancements to the previous version of the project. Here in the previous scenario or example, in the get mapped action method we did not have any model object. We are going to enhance that by adding a model object in the view, especially in HTTP get mapped method. Here which object we are going to add here? Let us add an empty student object, that is simply instantiated and added here. Model and view dot add object. What object I want to add here is to be accessed as a student, and here new student is the instance which I want to access in the view. As a result of adding this, now whenever control reach to show form JSP page, we can access one empty student here in the JSP page. Let us go to the JSP page. Here we are not going to use this as it is, slightly we have to enhance that. Before you are upgrading that, make sure to add one important thing here, that is one taglib directive. The taglib directive, its prefix is simply form and the URI is see automatically it indicated springframework.org/tags/form. You choose it. Now go down to the form. You are not going to use this form. Instead of this, let us use a form that is given by Spring Framework tags. Custom tag it is called. Okay, let us add that, but make sure when you want to add any HTML elements given by Spring Framework, you have to prefix all of them with the form like this, form : like this you have to add. So there is a small spelling mistake in the prefix. Instead of form I wrote from. Now you correct it and now you try form : so many options you got. So you can choose any of these HTML elements which are given by Spring Framework, form : form. Now here in this form you can add a couple of attributes. They are almost similar to regular HTML elements. They are action. What is the action attribute value? Whenever you have submitted this form, where this form fields should go to, that is in the controller student reg mapped method. So let us copy this and use as it is here instead of typing, to prevent typographical errors. Then method is simply post, that what we used earlier. Along with these two, we are going to add one more important attribute since we are using Spring given HTML elements, custom tags, that is modal attribute. Okay, what is the modal attribute? With what name in this view we have added the modal object? That is, you can find here with what name you have added the modal object in the view, student. Now you keep that here, student. Finished, almost done. Now we will add all the form design. Now this form design you can use any of your styling techniques of choice. Okay, here I am using simply label and input field. For that, form : label. The label path. Here for every HTML element we will have an attribute path. Path means to which modal attribute or modal member variable this particular HTML element is to be associated with. Here I want to associate this to the ID, member variable of the student. Value of this label I want ID. Then in the continuation, form : input. that input. Again, value we have entered here is to directly store into student.id member variable, that is id. Now break, two times break to make a little gap to the next member variable or next field. Another form colon label. Path should be name, and name of the student is the label. Then form colon input. Path is again name member variable, then break. Another form label, its path is email address, and the label should appear there on the screen, that is email, and form colon input, name is email member variable, and then break. Now simple input and reset buttons. These input and reset buttons you can choose from HTML. So input, type is submit, and value is register. The value is appeared as the label of the button, and input, another input field, input button I want, that is reset, and its value should be cancel. So this is a simple design of my form. As a result of submitting this form, what will happen? The form, the model object completely contained with the user given data will be submitted to student reg with the post mapped controllers method. So go to the controller, student reg post mapped method. Okay, now this time we have a wonderful advantage of using the enhancements here. We need not to pass all of the values one by one parameters. Here, instead of passing one by one parameters, you can pass it as a single argument, that is here student, straight away student, that is all. But make sure this student should be annotated with @request body. Almost done. Request body student object directly you got, and then what is the point of student local variable declaration with arguments? Not required. You can remove this. Now let us try to execute and verify the output. Right click on the project, run as, choose run on server. You got hello world. Now how we get an empty form to fill the student details? Verify, just go to the controller, and what is the action value? Student rig, right? Let us copy that and give it in the browser page, student reg, enter. Yeah, now this time did you notice earlier when we did not add any model object in the view, we did not have that 0 there. 0 is showing, that is the default value. Whenever an empty student has been created, what is the ID value? 0. That 0 came here. Okay. Now, yeah, fine. Let us give values. All the values I have entered, and then click on register button. Yeah, thrown some error. Let us observe what is the error. Media type not supported exception. Okay, let us try to fix it. What is that? Here student controller, you have in the student controller, yes, this student object you need not to annotate as request body. Request body, that purpose we will see once we enter into web services. Remove that, and once again run as run on server. Now what is the URL? Every time we need to remember the URL, otherwise if we have given any wrong URL, it causes a different another unique error. So to prevent that, instead of manually remembering the URL, we will provide a link here in the next step. Right here, once again we'll give some values. click on register button. Yeah, you got all the values here. Now two enhancements we are going to see. Instead of displaying with toString, let us display value by value, and the another one provide a link in the index page. These two things let us try. First stop the server, and in the index page or the landing page, let us provide some small link: src main web app, webinf view, index, hello world. This is the landing page. Here we'll provide a link: student registration, anchor tag student registration, and href equals to student reg. Okay, now the second enhancement is instead of displaying all the student details with the toString, here in student show student.jsp, here what I did, student details, simply Spring expression tag and then student. No, not like that. Here id dollar braces student dot id. Here id is a private member variable, still the id will be retrieved and then printed there. Who will take care of that? Invoking appropriate getter method with id, Spring framework will take care of it. So in order to invoke those methods perfectly, the methods should be in a particular pattern. Okay, please watch. This is all the modification which I planned. Now we'll go to the landing page. This is the landing page. Connection refused. Oh, I stopped the server. Let us restart the server. Right click, run as, run on server. Now did you notice a new link you got here? Just click on that link. You got an empty form. Fill up the details, click on register button. This time did you notice ID, name, email. Okay. So in this way you can beautifully design the total application flow. Thank you for watching.